Welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and welcome to another live where we are going to be talking about these two pictures of Meghan that we had in the past days. That she was sharing very cute photos of Lilibet. Finally, at last, we got to see Lilibet in all her glory. But I want to talk specifically about these two pictures. Today's live is going to be divided in two. First, half an hour totally focused on the analysis itself, and then you're going to be automatically redirected to the chat where we're going to be talking. I'm going to be reading your comments, be thanking your super chats. There are already super chats coming, and thanks for that. And so right now I want to focus on the analysis itself. Okay, for those of you that want to focus on the analysis, to take a look at the pictures, to know what's going on with these pictures, it's gonna be 30 minutes first, and then we're gonna chat. We have the second live where we're gonna chat whatever we want about the pictures, about the pictures of Lilibet, and what is the current state of the British royal family. But in the case of this picture, we got the one on the right. We already know that it was in Thanksgiving service day when Harry and Meghan had this single unique appearance on the Jubilee celebrations of the Queen. Okay, and the other that I managed to find a decent, one of them with a decent resolution, is one that Meghan shared about allegedly of. Let me do this. Change this. Allegedly of Lilibet's birthday. That's what Meghan claimed. So far, we're gonna say, okay, let's assume that this was from Lilibet's birthday, and we're talking that these two photos are separated in time by barely 24 hours. Okay, we got this should have happened 24 hours apart. I'm gonna try to frame them both this way, much better. 24 hours apart. I made quite a few polls about this on my social media channels, and some people said that the lens distortion can do this kind of things. Sometimes it might make your face a bit broad. Maybe makeup can do this kind of things. But I had my doubts, and I began to read every single comment that you sent. And beyond the brows, beyond the complexion, and of course the teeth, there are serious doubts that these two pictures were actually taken 24 hours apart. Just a disclaimer about what is my point of view. I don't think, the one of the right, it was taken publicly, and I have another version here, much better resolution from that Thanksgiving service day. That couldn't be retouched. That is sort of a public picture and public photo. And the one on the left, I still believe there was no foul play with Photoshop. I think it's a legit photo. That's the photo that she released. She is holding Lilibet. I don't know why are various color versions online. This is something that I don't understand. I've tried to find what was the original release of this photo, but all the originals are black and white. I don't know if people have been using some kind of AI, artificial intelligence apps to colorize this picture, because at the same time the colors on this picture, on the one on the left, and let me have this. I'm try to mark it in some way, have some markup here so you can understand what I'm saying. The one on the left, the colors are not real. Okay, it has some kind of filter. That makes me believe this picture. That makes me believe that the color versions that we're seeing online is that people just got them, okay, got the this one, the original, the black and white, and run them through these apps that colorize pictures. That's why the colors of these pictures are so unnatural. Maybe that's one some reason, I'm not gonna talk about the skin color this way because I have no way of telling that this is the original picture of color of the picture, and it couldn't be. For instance, it couldn't be the original color for the picture. So that's for starters. Second, the color of the hair. That's another question. That's another comment that you did. She's got dark color. Her hair is dark now, and the photo that allegedly she released 24 hours later, that happened 24 hours later in Lilibet's birthday, she's got clear hair, much lighter hair. Okay, that was really strange on that different of color. But again, it could be an app. There are apps that you can insert a black and white photo and they colorize the photo by themselves. They just read the photo, use their AI magic, and they colorize them. That is something that could have happened. Now, it's worth noticing that the app, in all cases, guessed correctly Meghan's eye color. That is a bit too much of a coincidence. But well, one of the first things that I saw here is the complexion of the face. Yeah, there's some kind of joke around the internet that say that women don't want to smile broadly, but because when they smile broadly, then their face goes like wider. So you see so many models on Instagram and in internet in general that don't smile and never smile. And it's supposed because they don't want to look. It's like the Kardashians. Like Kardashians are almost never smiling. They're always serious. And it's supposed that they don't want to, like, when you smile, you know that you press the muscles of your cheeks together and your face will effectively go a bit wider. Okay, so these women that do this, that never smile, don't want that to happen, so they just never smile. That's quite unnatural. That's something that creeps me out a bit. But well, there we have that. So at the same time, she's smiling in both the pictures. In both pictures, she's smiling in both pictures. What happens here? What can I say about this? I said to my Instagram, you can follow in my Instagram there. If you have insights, if you have tidbits, if you have any tips about any topic for body language, especially British royals, you can contact me through Instagram or Twitter. I told everyone that this picture, in my opinion, was one of the best photos of Meghan ever. I have to say that I've seen hundreds of Meghan's photos from every era of her public life, and this is one of the most spontaneous ones. It's a genuine smile. It's an open smile. There's a sparkle on her eyes too. The expression on her eyes is true joy. I haven't seen Meghan smiling like this in many pictures, and let alone videos. When you compare that with the one that she had at the Thanksgiving service, the memorial, let's switch this to this. When you compare that to this picture, her expression is a bit more forced. Maybe, well, you are at a public engagement. I think every single human being gets a bit nervous with public engagement. We know that the reception was mixed. Some people were cheering, some people were booing. There's no doubt that there was a mix of that. So that might have added to that nervousness. And at the same time, there was this very interesting insights about the car that they arrived in. They arrived in a Range Rover with totally black windows. It happens that they were late for some reasons. I explained that maybe Meghan wanted to be late so she will be seen when she arrived at the cathedral. That is a normal technique. I've used that technique sometimes, so there's no problem in using that tactic. The problem is that sometimes you have to maybe you're not the star. If you are somewhat the star, or you want to like show up in a spectacular way, you use that tactic. But in this case, I think it was ill suited for the moment. So in this case, she was a bit nervous. Her smile was not as genuine as that. So it makes sense that your face should become broader with the most genuine smile. And in this case, it's totally the opposite. We got a genuine smile, a very, very nice smile, okay, that is open. And notice at the same time that there is one very easy way to spot the quality of a smile. Notice that her lip corners are pulling up, okay, not only to the sides but up. Notice that. And in the Thanksgiving service, her lips were more like stretching to the sides. Okay, that is more like a nervous gesture. More like a nervous smile. That is easy to spot regardless of the angle of the face. That's something that you can spot now. So again, this is not about if her body itself, her complexion, but it couldn't be possible to not see that her complexion in one or the other moment was different. I'm not gonna talk about weight. I think it's really bad taste talking about weight, but I want to talk about complexion. And yes, the fat deposits and the face change when your complexion changes. There's no way around that. And we have this curve. I'm gonna try to compare this curve, trying to get this curve from here. We got this curve. I'm gonna copy and paste. We got the magic of Photoshop to help us. We got this curve that I'm going to, oh my god, I did it wrong. Okay, now I did it the way it is. It was meant to be. We have this curve that I'm going to try to get bigger. I'm gonna draw here this curve. Her cheek has that curve, a more ample curve here than here. It's impossible to not notice that fat deposits on her face are different. That's the first thing I noticed. Her face looks slimmer. For those of you that might argue that there was some kind of lens distortion, there's something that I'm going to tell you about lens distortion. I'm gonna delete this, erase this. Lens distortion can make you look slimmer, but actually, the longer the focal length of the lens, the longer the focal length of the lens, the slimmer you will look. Okay, your face will approach its actual dimensions, and in this case, the picture on this picture, I'm gonna signal it here. The picture on the left was taken much more closer than the one on the right. The fact that it was taken closer, it was a birthday party, right? It was a birthday party. Usually you don't take pictures from very far away, like 20 or 30 meters away. You take pictures from 3 or 4 or maybe 5 meters away as that's a lot, as maximum. Okay, but the other was taken. We know that the other was taken for much further away because they were at the stairs, and all the photographers were like 30 meters, 40 meters. You need a longer lens for that, and the longer the lens, the slimmer you will look. There's no way around that. That's when you take a picture of yourself with your phone very close to your face. Your face will look round because the lens distortion. The more you take the picture far away, the the slimmer your face will look. In this case, it's the opposite. Okay, so in regards of the lens itself, whatever happened with the lens, it also supports the idea that these pictures could not have been taken 24 hours apart. Many people claiming about, well, maybe she got, I don't know, a detox juice, and she got all that, and I don't know, bloating or anything. But my question is, okay, I could support that theory, but you usually get rid of excess liquid, excess water with a detox juice, okay? And it's not precisely your face where your body holds that water. That water is held in different parts of the body, even in your organs. So getting rid of that water doesn't necessarily will make your face slim down like this. And if she wanted to appear slim at the Thanksgiving service, why didn't she do that supposed alleged detox before the Thanksgiving service? So that's another thing. Again, this is I don't like to talk about body shapes. I don't like to talk about that. I think every single person has a personal relationship with their own bodies, and they have the right to have a personal relationship with their own bodies as long as they don't mess with other people, okay? As long as you are responsible with yourself and you don't put others at risk or worry others with your health, well, you can do whatever you want. But in this case, we're trying to compare in a forensic way two pictures that allegedly were published 24 hours apart. So we're just trying to do a technical exercise. You know that when it comes to talk about Meghan, I'm fair when it comes down to, for example, I'm gonna repeat that this is literally the best picture. Yeah, I'm gonna say that this is the best picture I've seen of Meghan, and not because she's holding LILIBET. She looks really cute in that picture, by the way, but her expression. When I saw this picture, I just said, she looks like another person. She looks like a totally different person, because they capture at that moment true joy. And I have to say that. I have no problem saying that. So that's why I say that when Meghan does this again, why does she need to do that again? But why does she have to do this? And this is something that I want to compare in the way her teeth are displayed here. I'm going to try to show it this way. The problem is that it's I want to highlight something in her teeth. I'm going to try to make her teeth as big as possible. In the natural, we got this natural smile here. I'm gonna put it, and I'm going to erase what I've drawn. Just erase all this. We're not gonna need this here. As usual, I'm going to do a short live, no more than 30 minutes now, speaking about this. There are the teeth. And I wanted to make a very important observation here. Okay, I'm going to, so it doesn't look wacky, I'm going to, okay. I want you to notice the central incisors, the top front teeth. There's virtually no gap. There's a perfection here. Here, I'm going to mark, these are the two central teeth, okay? The two central incisors. Okay, have this curve here, and you have this curve here. And as you can notice, there is literally or practically no bump or no gap between this incisor. Let's say it's number 1. Let's put another color because this one is a bit hard to see. Number 1. Okay, we have number 1 and number 2, And I want to compare with this number 3. There is no jump here. Perfection. There are perfect teeth. Looking at perfect teeth in there. I'm not saying that the other pictures are not very nice teeth, but in this I don't see anything that has a signal of a jump, or it's not a jump, the word, it's like a small gap. And I'm gonna mark it again, and it's here. Okay, you have 2 teeth side by side, and there's no way to tell them apart. Okay, but I'm gonna hide this one. I'm gonna show this. When you go to this picture here, you're looking at that. Nice. See, even with low resolution, not that good resolution, you see that there is a bit of a gap. This is the incisor 1, this is incisor 2. Okay, and there is a gap here between those incisors, and there is also a gap here with the next one. The thing that we did not see in the ones that we already analyzed. Okay, as I said, perfect teeth, and then when we change here, it changed. Okay, the teeth are different. It doesn't take a forensic analysis of the photo. Doesn't need to take the metadata. You know how can it get so messy with that topic. But just in that, just in a couple signals, you begin to notice that no, these 2 pictures could not have been taken 24 hours apart. Again, I'm gonna repeat it because I have to drive that topic home. I don't think any of 2, not the right one or not the left one, I don't think any of these images were doctored in any way. I don't think these images, I don't think this is Photoshop. I don't think this has any kind of Photoshop. I think it has a very cute expression on Meghan's face. It's very cute that she's holding LILIBET. But the affirmation, what I don't agree with, is the affirmation that these 2 pictures were taken 24 hours apart from each other. No, that is simply not possible. There's a field that I have next to zero experience, and it's in the brows. Okay, Meghan's brows. I don't know. I'm going to try to compare them here because that's something that you mentioned too. Meghan's eyebrows. I'm gonna copy them. I'm gonna try bring them here so it's easier to compare. Okay, her brows. I don't know if this is this easier to compare here. Maybe. Let's do both of them. I'm gonna go closer in this one. Where is the zoom tool? Okay, closer in this one. And there's something that you were also mentioning a lot about her eyebrows. Okay, they are fuller the day before. The one that is in top is the day before, and the one that is at the bottom is the day after. Okay, that's another thing that you mentioned. I don't have that experience. I don't know if you can just draw your eyebrows and then just I don't know what, erase the tint or the paint. No, the eye color is the same. The eye color is the same. I checked that. There must be some kind of distortion of my screen, but I checked and the eye color was pretty much the same. But we can check. You can check the eye color. If there's some difference, it could be a distortion of my screen. So I'm not gonna take it into account here. Other details. Oh, you were also telling things like I'm gonna only mention that I don't see any difference. Well, you tell me. Different nose. I don't agree with the different nose. We have the problem that makeup can actually change a person's feature. We all seen that those tutorials, makeup tutorials, where you put the shade and light in a way that you can alter the way your facial features are changed. So that's not something that's what I consider that we cannot count on that. There's so many ways that you can alter the shape of your face or your features through makeup. So that is not something that I'm going to take into account here. We got 4 more minutes to keep talking about this, and there we are going to switch to the conversation, the live with a more general conversation, so I can read your comments and such. So I'm gonna get targeted by this video. I don't want to. This is not. I'm trying to repeat. This is not about anything regarding body shaming or anything. You can have the as long as you feel healthy and as long as you are healthy, you can be any way you want. That's no one's business. That's only your business and your loved one's business. In case maybe you risk your life for some reason. But what do we have here is totally different instances of the same person, in this case Meghan Markle, photos that are absolutely not doctored as far as I know. I ran my software, I saw no manipulation, especially from the one from the Thanksgiving service was straight from the source. And this one, again, I have my doubts that this is the original color, and it really that way that the tint is always the same, the hue is always the same. It's like a filter, like a flash filter over all the picture. Gives me the idea that this was colorized artificially. It was in fact a black and white photo. This black and white photo looks like a picture taken originally in black and white. Okay, I think the original picture was black and white, and someone on the internet decided to give it a shot to these apps that you can use to colorize pictures artificially with artificial intelligence, that they work very well in some instances, but they are not by any means perfect. But they just guess people's color. That's why we cannot talk anything about a skin shade. And I'm not gonna talk about wigs or anything else. I just want you to point out things that are next to physically impossible to change in a body from one day to another. This is important. This is what's relevant about the exercise we are doing today. And in the most technical way, in trying to be respectful as usual. If I make any jokes, they're never gonna be about intrinsic qualities of the person. Intrinsic qualities being, in this case, the physical appearance of a person, no matter who it is. Well, maybe I joke, but with men. Maybe I joke with men. Okay, I'm a man. I joke about men's appearance sometimes, but a woman, you will never hear me saying anything rude or in bad taste about a woman, no matter the woman. Yeah, I sometimes mention Harry's hair. I mentioned that more than a couple times. I haven't mentioned that because, well, that joke just run out of steam. And no, yeah, it's something that we men suffer if we want full hair and we are balding. Well, it's not something funny. But now we're getting to the end of this short live, and the next part of the live we'll be talking about things like this, like, well, Thomas Jeans won the race here, no contest. I think LILIBET has a lot from Thomas Markle. There's no way to deny that. So for those of you that are on Facebook, you will have to look for the next live. It's about to start in less than 30 seconds. And for those of you that are on YouTube, you will be automatically redirected to the chat live. You don't have to do anything. You are on YouTube, you don't have to do anything else. You will be automatically redirected. My body language buddies, we meet in the other live. You're gonna be there in less than 15